Right. Hey, y'all. Good morning. So I wanted to have this really quick discussion. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time and my breath to even have to explain this, but I feel like we're either dealing with troll bots or we're dealing with people that clearly don't know how to be human. I want to come and talk about that real quick. First of all, if you don't want to see me honor my mother on this channel, then you need to leave this channel. If you have such a problem with it. First of all, me and my mother fell out probably close to 5 years ago, and the codependents and the trolls have been extremely codependent on that situation, constantly bringing it up as if it was a weak point for me. My relationship with my mother has never been a weakness. In fact, my mother made me very strong. She taught me to be the woman that I am. And I have a lot of respect for my mother. Okay. These trolls that are in some kind of outrage because of course the unknown caller called me yesterday because evidently he's jealous of my mother. Um So he calls and he leaves this crazy voicemail talking about why are you revering your mother because she passed away because me and her were into it when she was alive. Let me explain something to you. If you have a beef with someone in your family, such as your mother, and they die, that means that the beef is pretty much over. Whatever it is that caused you to fall out with your loved one no longer matters. And we know that the trolls, that was y'all only. And I don't even know why y'all played that card so much. I'm still trying to figure that out because I haven't lived with my mother in over 20 years and I didn't understand why it was all this your mama, your mama, your mama. I don't live with my mother. I haven't lived with my mother in over 20 years. So I didn't really understand it the past 6 years that y'all had been, I guess, trying to use that as some kind of weakness against me. Listen, human beings, okay, that's my mother. I came out of her body, okay? So when somebody, an important person in your life, like your mother, dies suddenly, whatever beef that you had with them no longer matters at that point. To be honest with you, it didn't matter when my mother was alive. It still didn't matter to me or anybody else. I wasn't doing bad. I'm still not doing bad. So I do good with or without my mother when she was alive, okay? You don't go and continue to carry hatred or whatever beef that you had with your mother. You don't take that with you when your mother dies. That's your mother. So I guess a lot of y'all, I don't know what y'all expected. It's so weird. I guess you could say that my mother, at some point, when she was associating with some of you people, she must have bought some of this stuff on herself as well as me when she did what she did. But honestly, not even back then did it matter in the grand scheme of things what she did, and it really doesn't matter now. So you and see, this is I'm not the type of person that carries hatred with me like that. Like, even as a Satanist, you don't people think that being a Satanist has something to do with hate, and it doesn't. It doesn't. A lot of y'all have a lot of hatred. I'm sorry if you feel as though my mother is undeserving of me honoring her, or I don't know what the deal is, but here's what I can tell you. Normal human beings, okay? Normal humans, when their mother or their father passes away, they tend to give them some kind of honor. Now, see, I think it depends on if you actually embrace the life that your parent gives you. I love my mother for giving me life. I'm not sitting around hating my life or hating the world or hating people. That's not what my life is about. Okay. And it's sad that I have to come on here and teach people how to be human. Now, I don't know if you guys are clones. Some of y'all are cloned individuals. What I can tell you is that regardless of what religion you are, it is in very, very poor taste to be contacting somebody like that when they are grieving. I don't care what race you are. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs that you have. If a person dies that you once loved, okay, and of course I've always loved my mother. I never said I didn't love her. I just said that I was no contact with her. And see, this is how you can tell a lot of you guys are narcissistic. Listen, it is over. Do y'all understand me? That is the one thing that y'all would constantly, and I think for some reason, again, I think that y'all thought that my mother was a weakness. My mother was never a weakness for me. She actually made me stronger. But when your mother dies, that's your mother. You don't go and carry hatred. See, I didn't hate my mother. Y'all hated my mother. Facts. Y'all hate everybody. Y'all don't have no love in y'all heart. So you wouldn't understand that, would you? You wouldn't understand the horrific grieving that I went through for my mother. And is it necessary for me to receive something from my mother? No, I'm just not cold-hearted. I'm not bitter. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe that you, as a narc, because you are a narcissist, unknown caller, you're a narc. You're gaslighting me, right? That's a form of gaslighting. Oh my God, I can't believe that you would actually care about your mother when she died. Yeah, I cared about my mother before she died. Okay, that's a normal human being. If you are so fucked up to where you can't grieve your mother, what the fuck is wrong with you? And now, I understand that some of y'all must have grew up with some despicable mothers. You know, my mother was not perfect either, but I'll never see her again. Do you understand me? This is my mother, and I'll never see her again. Okay. And trust me, I thought she would live forever. I would still love for my mother to still be here. And y'all need to check yourself. See, a lot of y'all think that y'all are entangled by the devil or Satan or Lucifer, and you're not. What y'all are dealing with is something that is not of this earth. That's what y'all dealing with. To keep your heart so cold, and to where when somebody dies, what did you expect me to do? Spit on her grave? I didn't. First of all, I didn't really have much. I mean, my mother didn't ruin my life. Even if my mother was abusive to me, she still wouldn't have been able to ruin my life. So I'm good with it. I'm good with whatever it is that she did. Listen, y'all got to learn to move past things. When it's your family and when it's people that you love, you forgive and you move forward. Okay? I would have given anything to have had a relationship with my mother before she passed away, but I didn't. And that's something that I've already dealt with. So if you have a problem with my mother, you need to leave this channel because I don't have an issue with my mother. And I think it's disgusting. Y'all are clowns. And guess what I did with that audio? I got a little surprise for you on my other channel on how I'm going to deal with your little attacks when you call my business line unknown caller. I got a little treat for you. I'm going to upload it. But if you are somebody that, maybe you didn't get along with your mother, maybe she wasn't perfect, you've got to get rid of that hatred out of your heart because she gone. My mother is gone and I can never see her again. And yeah, I may be a Satanist, but I still have love in my heart. Y'all act like being a Satanist, shit. I feel like people that are into Satanism have more love than people than these self-righteous fucking people running around here that are religious. Because I bet you're religious. I know you're religious. And you are the type of person that if you have a problem with a person and they die, you'll probably go and desecrate their fucking grave. And I don't do shit like that. At the end of the day, that's still my mother. And I'm not going to stand this disrespect. Leave my mother alone. Y'all have been harassing my mother, and I know y'all have. I would suggest that if you are somebody that has been watching me and you had a problem with me 5 or 6 years ago, I would suggest that you unsub from the channel again. I don't even know why you even watch me. And you have no taste, no class, no coof to even contact me with this crap. Okay? So again, let me explain it again slower. Human beings that have a soul inside of them, human beings, if they didn't get along with their mother, that's petty shit. This is my mother's life. She is gone. And it makes me feel better to look at her belly dance videos. It makes me feel better to listen to her books because that is my mother. If you don't understand that, if you are in such a bitter ass place where if your mother dies, especially the way my mama died, the way they found her dead, you didn't deserve your mama anyway. You didn't deserve to have a fucking mother. Because I was never a bad daughter to my mother. I spoke about her narcissism. I spoke about the shit that she did. But that doesn't mean that I didn't love her. People have arguments that love each other. People disagree that love each other. I'm not a coward. I know how to love people. You understand me? You're the coward. Any man that's constantly contacting a woman like that, harassing her, you're a coward. And you need to stop harassing me. Now, this is the last fucking straw. I personally feel that whoever you are, you need to spend some time in jail. You should not have access to the free world. You should not have access to a phone. so that you can call people. I don't know who you are and I don't give a damn. But you're not gonna fucking keep harassing me. Your time is coming for your karma. You have been hiding behind anonymity for far too long. And if your heart is so cold to the point where when somebody dies, you wouldn't even mourn them or honor them, then you got a fucking problem. You need to go, and you possibly do need to stick with Jesus because you ain't learned shit. At the very least, regardless of what my mother did when she did what she did, when she was upset with me, regardless of what she did, I'm going to focus on everything that my mama did for me. You know what? Do you realize how much my mom has done for me? Like, not just financially, but everything else that she did for me. I accept that as her gift to me. My mom has done a lot for me. Just raising me and the time and the worry that she put into raising me. And a lot of y'all, your mama will make one fucking mistake and then you acting a damn fool. And your mama could have just done something for you. She could have just did something nice for you. And y'all will turn y'all back on y'all family. Get out of your self-righteous ass. You are jealous of my mother because I was showing her honor and not you, and I don't even fucking know you. Now, I'm going to get the hell up off of here, but I am cursing you again. You must like being cursed. You must like that shit. It must feel good to you to be cursed. These people on YouTube, God, who the fuck raised you, a robot? I digress. If anybody has a problem with that, you have a problem. You have a mental problem. What did you expect for me to come on here and say that I'm glad that she died? People are sick. You do not need to be on YouTube. You need to be quarantined somewhere. Y'all are the carriers of the corona. Again, that is my mother, the woman that gave me life and taught me everything. She's the reason why I have everything that I fucking have. Regardless if we got into it when I was in my 30s, we wasn't getting along. So what? I still loved her. Learn how to love. Learn how to love unconditionally. And quit watching these crazy people on YouTube that are possessed and zombies. That is all. Goodbye.